Hi and welcome to another video by me. It's been a while since I've done one of these kind of face to camera talking to a blinking red light kind of videos, but I thought it was about time that I spoke about this project that I hold in my hand, the Blanchflower Guitar project that I officially launched last July 2024 at the Brighton Guitar Show held by Phil Steele, I believe his name is, of Pedal Patch Cables, the solderless cable solution that he makes. I launched from there after a little while of kind of deliberating and kind of putting pen to paper and sort of like this design that had kind of laid on the workbench for a while. And a few things happened, a move of house, etc, etc, building a workshop in that garden that allowed me a change of job, that allowed me to kind of give it the energy and the focus that it needs and it deserves, I think, at least. So I have two models with me today. Behind me is the Blanchflower Bolt thin line, and in my hand is the Blanchflower Bolt Classic. The Classic is a solid body, as you can see, solid construction just with various contours and comfort carves. The thin line is what it is. It's comfort carves on the back, slab top. But we'll talk more about that on this in another video. I just wanted to put these two here because these were basically the first two off of the bench when I made them. This being the very first, so this is going to be literally the first video. Any of you that have watched videos of mine in the past may have noticed like a Strat or a Telly that I'd made before, and they both held the Blanchflower name on the headstock, and that's kind of where it started. In my dad's old workshop, my dad's now been passed away for like 10 years this year. But I still continue to use his workshop in the garden of my parents' house. Continued to, I know, obviously work for my own workshop. I kind of made the Telly, I made the Strat. When I was toying with the idea of, well, what's next? I've got to do an offset, and I was like, let's do something different. I didn't have an offset template, so I had a Telecaster template, and I kind of twisted it and turned it, and until I got a form that I liked. And I think, like, looking at it, people have mentioned various different inspirations that they see in it, and I think there's an element of Telly in it. There's definitely an element of a Surfcaster in it. I always wanted a Charvel Surfcaster years ago. So there's lots of different elements in there, but at heart and in the DNA, it's nothing but a Blanchflower guitar. So this, like I say, the Blanchflower Bolt Classic. So I'm looking down at the monitor to make sure everything's in shot. It is the original design, hence the Classic. This is all a Sapele mahogany body, two-piece Sapele mahogany body, a maple neck with a fairly nice bit of flame to it, a fairly dark ebony board, and then construction wise it's 25.5-inch scale, 22 frets, so much like a Fender style. We've got bare knuckle old guard boot camps in, so the low output boot camp P90s. We've got Switchcraft switch, CTS pots, and a pure tone jack, which is one of the 4-prong jacks, so you get an extra secure connection. And it has hip shot locking tuners, open gear locking tuners. I hope you can see those. And then you've got a Granger string block on the back, neck ferrules and stuff like that, and everything kind of like, so this is chrome appointments, so it's chrome bridge, chrome screws, chrome tuners, etc. Whereas that is nickel, so that'll be nickel screws, nickel tuners, nickel bridge, etc, 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 to try and keep all the appointments the same. All of the guitars have Roto Sound strings out of the box. This has 11s on because it's tuned down, as you'll hear and would have heard, but hear more so in this little sound demo that I'm now going to run through clean tones through to fucking disgusting tones. I will be using a new toy today. I've got a Quad Cortex, primarily kind of for this sort of thing. Just quick, easy captures. Quick, easy, just like record, done, go home, basically. So yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoy. I might be back at the end to spout shit about websites. I'll be back at the end to spout shit about websites. Right, so here we have it. Pinky is up on my lap. Roto Sound 11s, bare knuckle boot camp, old guard boot camps, CTS pots, Switchcraft switch, pure tone jack, practical patch cable into the Quad Cortex, into the interface, which is a solid state Logic SSL2 Plus, into Reaper, which is my DAW of choice. Well, just get heavier and weirder, if that's possible. I'm doing that personally. you go. I hope you enjoyed. Any comments, constructive criticism, please like smack me up in the comments below. Because like I say, this is like a whole new journey again now. I'm trying to get my head around the YouTube world. But yeah, I'll put links down below to the website. It's a very basic website, but there's contact forms and stuff on there, a brief outline of the pricing and stuff. The Bolt Classic at this point in time, introductory prices kind of thing, right, it is from $15.99. So I think that's a fairly reasonable price for a guitar made by me in my workshop in the back garden. So yeah, hit me up if you're interested. Please leave a comment below. Hit the subscribe button if you fancy that. More of this, because I will be slowly going through some of the other builds. I'll potentially put some pictures of the builds up as a bit of an outro. Maybe I'll do that. Let's have an outro.